Set now for tonight's lightweight preliminary matchup between Sherk and 24-year-old Tiki.
Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds, fighting out of Oak Grove, Minnesota. Please welcome Sherk.
Sherk, impressive with a mixed martial arts record of 7-0. He said before watching the UFC, I thought it would be great to do, but honestly never thought I would actually fight in the UFC until about a year ago. Sean has done some training with UFC veteran Dave Benet. He is thrilled to be here tonight.
Dave Benet as a fighter is an awesome fighter. Sherk is a good wrestler. He's very strong. He's focused on striking and submission. And training with Dave Benet, you know he's got some skills.
Well, absolutely. He is set to display those skills here this evening. Sherk from the fighting city of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And his opponent, now entering the octagon. He is a submission fighter, making his second appearance in the octagon. Standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. Please welcome Tiki.
Last time we saw Tiki was at UFC 24 when he lost in Lake Charles, Louisiana to Crazy Bob Cook. It was his first loss in mixed martial arts competition. He was extremely critical of himself and on his preparation and conditioning before that fight. He says he's in 150% better condition, Jeff, here this evening.
Well, he certainly looks like he's in shape. He trains with Tito Ortiz. In fact, as you can see a shot of our middleweight champion. He'll be on the card later tonight. It's an interesting matchup. Tiki a little long and lanky. Sherk very short. Well, I shouldn't say very short, but more squat and extremely powerful looking. Between Baroni and Sherk, we had two guys here that, Frank,
absolutely
look awful powerful.
Tiki is a good striker. He's focused on the takedown defense. He's got Tito working with him, and he's training in submission.
Tail of the tape for Tiki against Sherk, a lightweight matchup here from Atlantic City. The submission expert against the wrestler, as Sherk is 3 years older, and there is a huge difference in reach with Sherk at just 5'6", and Tiki at 6 foot even, both coming in at 169 pounds. Tiki at 5-1 in mixed martial arts competition, and Sherk at 7-0. And our referee once again is Mason White. And here we go. The first of 2 5-minute rounds.
Double
and
leg
you knew that
takedown.
Sherk was going to go right for the legs.
He's a good, strong wrestler, and his MO is also ground and pound. So we'll see him now start to open up here. Tiki doing a nice job of turning his body so he doesn't get forced into the fence. But Sherk working to try to put him there.
Careful with the head, man.
Started wrestling at 7 years old, placed in the state throughout his career from junior high to high school, and then obviously he went on to be a great fighter collegiately when he was on the Minnesota All-Star team. Placed in state 10 different times. Young tough guy Sherk trying to work on Tiki, the 24-year-old from Huntington Beach, who trains with our middleweight champion, as you guys mentioned, Tito Ortiz.
Well, Tiki is up against the fence, but he's doing a nice job of trying to sit up. And he hasn't gone to a closed guard yet, keeping it open.
I like Tiki's work here. He's on his back. You see him moving his knees. He's got his guards wide open. He's sitting side to side. He's doing little short shots, trying to disrupt him.
Seems when you bring your knees up like that, you limit the ability of your opponent to pull the arm back to really get a lot of power behind the punch.
Yeah, you close off that shell in there, and he can't get his fist inside. It gives you just a little more to glance off. And as well, it keeps his body off of him so he can rest a little bit.
Well, Tiki's well versed in submissions, so Sherk has to be careful because Tiki can apply something. At least he will try to, as Sherk tries to work him over.
Sherk told me he was mainly a wrestler. That was his strength. Pure wrestling. I see him just ground and pound the whole time.
I agree. That is his MO. And he's right now being effective with it. But here, Tiki doing a nice job of moving around.
And this is where Tiki gets dangerous. When he gets that double under and brings his knees up, his height is really going to pay off for him.
And that's what he loves to do. He loves to use the knees. He loves to use the reach advantage that he has at 6 foot, 169 pounds. But Sherk wants to wrestle. And he throws Tiki right back down to his backside, and he's in a half-closed guard, and now it's fully closed by Tiki.
But he had to spend quite a bit of energy there, trying to hang on to a double leg, man, giving really a lot of leverage against that lift. But Sherk showing great power, being able to pull him up, bring him back down.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power, and his center of balance is really low. I like that.
He's got that wide knee base. Probably be very difficult to roll from this situation unless he gets up a little bit too high, a little too aggressive.
And with the temperatures, as they have been this winter in Minnesota, he's probably a bit excited to put his sweat on, because it has been darn cold, but he has come out to a hot start.
Well, he is on fire tonight. He's really kind of dictating this fight so far.
Pace, place, and position belongs to Sherk.
As the sport has evolved, Frank, what's the key to still maintaining yourself as a ground and pound fighter, but not getting yourself in dangerous situations?
The real key is what I call counter striking and counter grappling. You can't go with a striker and you can't go with a grappler. So you really train to counter around all those things, and you just try and bring your power down when they're trying to do their submissions and their other things. It's really about balance and control and striking.
And I know one thing, there is one man sitting at this broadcast table who truly believes that wrestling is still the finest foundation.
Oh, I don't know if it's the finest foundation. Believe me, I had a lot to chew on this weekend when I was training with some of the fighters here rolling, and they turned out to be Miletich, Shamrock, Josh Barnett, and Big John McCarthy, and my body's a little bit sore.
You ought to pick your opponent. You ought to pick your opponents more wisely.
A little spread in the learning curve. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful.
You got to go against Goldberg, Buffer, and maybe Wormy. That might be a little bit better idea.
That I probably would enjoy a little bit more.
Under 1 minute remaining in round number 1, and a good right hand from Sean Sherk.
One thing about Tiki, he's got a great jaw. Crazy Bob hit him, he hit him hard, and he didn't even phase him. You saw him take that right hand, nothing.
Oh, left hand.
That's a big one right there by Sean Sherk.
And Sherk is not slowing down with his punches at all. He seems to be in phenomenal shape.
Well, that's the key. Conditioning is the key, and Tiki says he will never gas again. But Sherk has truly been all over him here in round number 1, neutralizing Tiki's advantage to go into his game plan, and that's been most important. Sherk hasn't done a ton of damage, but Tiki hasn't been able to exhibit any of his skills here in the first 5 minutes.
Now, Tiki tried to get up from the bottom there in the closing moments of this round, but he was unsuccessful. And Sherk finishing with an exclamation mark.
Well, Sherk started strong, finished strong. It looked at one point like Tiki might be able to bring it back to the feet, but he was never able to do so. And now Tito Ortiz will talk to Tiki about a little bit of strategy on how to begin the second round. The takedown came quickly, Jeff.
But certainly did it. There's no doubt that Sherk was looking to shoot on the legs, and there, a little bit of a fake, I'll come at you boxing, double leg running on the knees, and able to put Tiki down, and unfortunately right against the fence. Tiki doing a nice job here, Frank, of trying to get away.
Yeah, he pulled his hips out. He was trying to stand up. He got his left hand posted. He's just about to get up. And then Sherk ripped him right back down again. But he worked really hard to get on his feet there.
Certainly did. It takes a lot of effort to come up, and certainly a lot of effort to hang on. I know that you like to constantly create angles, constantly lead. Even though you're on the bottom, you like to lead the top guy around, and you burn a lot of energy. And there, left hands.
Good shot from Sean Sherk. So on the card, you give that round to Sherk, Frank?
I got to give that one to Sherk. He got the takedown. He controlled the match. You saw Tiki trying to get to his feet, but he just ripped him right back down again. I'd say that round is all Sean.
What do we look for Tiki to try to do here at the beginning of the second?
Well, if he wants to engage with his fists, he's going to have to stay outside a little bit. You know, play a little bit more of a patient game. Try to lure Sherk in on a shot and bring those knees up as he goes.
High kick.
Oh,
there you
just
go.
missed. That's the high one. And now will that get Sherk's attention a bit, guys?
I think so. I think Sherk's going to keep coming right at him.
He's going to come at him, but he's even worse off now.
Oh, nice. Good double leg. Sean Sherk avoided a couple of shots from Tiki, and it's right back in his world.
What a beautiful combination by Sherk. Punch, punch, shoot, right off the punches.
Well, Goldie, you mentioned the foundation of wrestling, and I'll say one thing about wrestling is we can dictate where the fight takes place because the ability of takedown. But the weakness of wrestling is so much of wrestling is predictable that you set yourself up for submissions. And if I had to say there's one element in mixed martial arts that wrestlers have had the toughest time with, it's dealing with submissions.
Absolutely. And the base of wrestling, you know, they're a big square, they're a big table, they got 4 legs, 2 arms, 2 legs. And you can manipulate that. You can turn it around. You can utilize the arms. You can attack the head. Whereas when you're on your back, there's not a lot of stuff to grab.
And Tiki now is really pressed to try to get up back to the standing position or to really look for submissions. Thus far, we haven't seen any submission attempts by him, but he was twice nearly to his feet again.
I mean, Sherk is a powerful young man, and he is extremely busy with the combinations to the side of the body and then right to the head of Tiki.
No offense,
Those
Tiki.
quick shots a la Randy Couture, our present heavyweight champion. Keep him busy hitting different spots of the body.
They do, and they do a lot of damage, and they make your opponent move. They make him react. They make him work. You keep hitting him, and you're going to make him run all over that ring and wear himself out.
No offense.
And here it is again. Tiki starting to make his move, trying to create some angle.
Now, lightweight matchup here. Preliminary matchup on our card this evening at UFC 30 in Atlantic City. Tiki against Sean Sherk. Sherk the blonde, who has dictated the action here through the first round and a half. This preliminary matchup, 2 5-minute rounds.
There's an old trick we use called walking the fence, and that's what Tiki needs to get going right here. He needs to start walking that fence.
Tiki just doesn't seem to have an answer on how to break the base, the solid base of Sherk.
He's got to go around it.
Right.
Right now, he's trying to manipulate it, move it. He's got to go completely around it, whether up the fence and around it or completely out the side.
You know, the nice thing, too, for Sean Sherk fans is that he has kept busy enough on the ground that a referee, Mason White, has never felt like he had to bring both fighters back to their feet. He's stayed extremely busy in the first round, equally as busy here through the first almost 3 minutes of round number 2.
I think those shots are starting to soften Tiki up a little bit. You see him pushing that hand up there a little quicker than normal now.
The question is can he get some offense going to counter the offense that Sherk has already scored?
You know what I think Tiki's making another big mistake. He's not striking back. You got to punch on the bottom. You got to try and push that other guy into making moves. And he's just kind of holding on, working only the escape.
A lot of people think of combinations with just striking or combinations from one submission lock to another. But Frank, it was evident to me rolling with you, you not only put combinations together in the same skill set, you will crush, you will punch to get a guy to bring his arm up just so you can go for the submission lock.
Absolutely, and you want people to make an unconscious reaction. You want him to raise his hand to block the shot, so you got the next move coming. And Sean is dictating that here. He's really pushing. If he knew holds, if he were better at holds, I think he could submit Tiki right here.
Now, we have seen no form of that, although he considers himself combat submission wrestling. But we've truly seen, you know, almost a look back to the early days of Mark Coleman, former heavyweight champion, with just a pure ground and pound attack. And Tiki's been unable to neutralize the effectiveness of Sherk's game plan.
I think what Tiki needs right here on that stand is to throw that left hand in the ribs, give him a good pop, and then take off. He's standing up.
Tiki's up.
He's up.
How long, though? It's a throw down by Sean Sherk. Great strength by young Sean Sherk, the 27-year-old, fighting out of Oak Grove, Minnesota.
Well, Tiki didn't like that, and you see how quick his right hand is going up to block that left hand coming over. I think that one stung him a little bit.
Gophers just beat the Hawkeyes, and now Sherk's trying to do the UFC wrestling.
A couple of beautiful left hands straight in. And
I think it's over.
Wow.
I think it's over. That one caught him. Mason White stands him up.
And that's going to end it. Referee stops the fight.
Sean Sherk, very impressive, winning with a referee stoppage here in the second round.
Tiki's holding his hand. I think he may have busted his hand.
The doctors, the medical staff will attend to Tiki, and Sean Sherk will leave the octagon in his first ever appearance victorious.
Well, the way he's holding the arm like that, too, I wonder if it's the hand or maybe farther up the arm where the injury is.
I bet you he popped his shoulder out from that throw.
Here you see Tiki, Tiki doing his best to try to get to his feet. Takes a lot of effort. Give Tiki credit for getting there, but unfortunately, Sherk brought him right down. And there, it looked like he just went for the shoulder. Yeah,
right back in. Yeah, that throw, he landed right on his shoulder.
Wow. And Tiki not showing a grimace at all. And a job well done by Tiki, and a great show of sportsmanship by Sean Sherk. So the shoulder was popped out on the throw by Sean Sherk.
47 seconds of the second round. We have a verbal tap out for the winner, Sean Sherk.
And an impressive debut by Sean Sherk.
Let's watch it again. The verbal tap out. Great respect regarded towards Tiki as Sherk reigns victorious.
Those left hands, they really do add up. And there, right there is where the referee pointed at the shoulder.
He knew he was hurt. Now that's got to make you proud, Jeff. There's a wrestling move finishing a fight.
Hey, I'm proud of all mixed martial artists. I left wrestling a long time ago. I love the sport, but MMA is where I'm at.